Hey Gemini, this is your general tarot reading for Gemini Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign as a bunch of cards just come out. But before I do that, let me see, let me look at you. Yep, definitely. You're being noticed, Gemini, and I just having a look. Yeah, you're being noticed because you've got so much energy in your 10th house of your reputation, of being noticed, people seeing you, and people celebrating some success in your career or your reputation or whatever it is that you're doing. So, yeah, you've got it. You've got that energy. You're winning, baby. Cards that came out, we have the first one, the High Priestess. Going to lay that down there. We have then the Six of Wands, then the Tower. Okay, let's not panic, we'll talk about this. Beside that, we have the Star, followed by the Hermit. And next to that, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so if you've seen my videos before, Gemini, you know what I'm doing here. Shuffling the cards, waiting for some right cards to just jump out and pop out and say hello and see whatever the heck they want to talk about. And in the meantime, going to talk about the energy. So like I said, your reputation since the start of March and maybe the end of February has just come up. You've just shown people how fabulous you can be, and people are celebrating it and they're noticing it, and it's working. Whatever the damn thing is that you're doing, it's working, baby. And it's going to continue working because there's also then a new moon mid-month in your 10th house, which is giving you more ideas, more new beginnings on how to shape your career, on how to move ahead with your reputation, how to get approval from people who matter. And you've got that in March by the bucket load. You've got a little reputation mojo happening. You've shined yourself up and you're looking damn good, Gemini. So you are looking good. And what else? Okay, so let's talk about the full moon happening at the very beginning of the month for you in your 4th house, the house of your home life. The house, it's quite an emotional house too, as the Knight of Pentacles pops out. It's quite an emotional house too. It's the house of empathy, of intuition, of insight. So it's no surprise that this is your first card. It's all that energy of deep wisdom, of knowing something intuitively. And you've got a lot going on at the start of March there with the big full moon, giving you insights into things of your home and insights about family members and maybe your actual physical home. You will look around your house and you realize something about your home. For those of you who maybe renting a home or so on like that, suddenly it'll dawn on you that something might be changing, or it's just something. It's a little extra insight into home issues. King of Swords, gonna lay him down there with all the other cards. We're waiting on just a few more cards, Gemini. The Three of Swords. Some swords cards there, okay, why would that be? But you know, there's two important things also happening for my lovely little gems in March, I beg your pardon. Strength coming out there, only 2 more cards. You've got the, as I look down at my chart here, in case you think that I've just started to drift off somewhere else, the Mercury retrograde, of course, is happening in your 11th house. Now, you're going to really feel this, Mercury being your ruler. It's a time from about the 22nd, 23rd of March where you must really focus on making good, clear communication with groups of people, maybe people on social media, anything to do with anything online, with your friends. You want good, clear, strong communication, because when Mercury goes retrograde there could be a chance where the things you say in front of a group of friends or a large group of people might be misunderstood And you'll have to keep explaining. You'll have to say, no, I didn't mean that, I meant this. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. No, that's not what I meant. And people were saying, what are you talking about? What did you mean by that? What did you mean? We spoke a little bit about this, I think, last month. But this is a different type of effect. This is Mercury going retrograde. And once you realise that that's happening, then you can be forewarned and forearmed. Isn't that what they say? So you'll be able to float through it once you know that the energy is going to be a little bit communication-wise. And, you know, the 11th house is also to do with your vision for the future. The King of Cups, a vision of the future, and the King of Love comes out. So it's your dreams and your desires and the things that you want to ultimately achieve in your future. Maybe you'll have to take a good few steps back to really communicate that well, really draw up a smart plan with all the details, check, 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 so that it can run smoothly for you, you know. For some Geminis, not all Geminis, it might be a moment, as the last card comes out, the 9 of Pentacles. It might be a moment for you guys where there may be some really strong miscommunication between you and friends. And like I said, if you're prepared for this, then all you need to do is always be clear, and then you can avoid 1,000,001 problems, okay? Other retrograde that's happening is Jupiter. Jupiter retrograde in your 6th house. And what that will ask you to do is to go back a little bit and expand on a few issues of your health, your work life, your daily routine, even how you approach your cosmetic routine, your makeup, your beauty routine. You might have to take a few steps back, open it out, and eliminate some things that might be holding you back now. Okay, so how would that pan out? In terms of your health, if there's something that, like a cold or something that just keeps returning, it keeps coming back, you might have to go back and have a little think about what it is that might be causing that and eliminate it. Now, because the retrograde is happening in Scorpio in your 6th house, it could be a lot of heavy shit, dramatic waste shit, sometimes poisonous situations. And you may have to just take a few steps back and clear all of that, Gemini. Clear it so that it doesn't affect you now. And it's the same in your work life. Going back a little bit and clearing out some of that heavy, heavy psychic baggage so that you don't allow it to affect your work life. You don't allow it to affect your health. And for some of you, for a small group of you, again, because these are general readings, for a small group of you who have some pets, maybe you might need to take a few steps back and rethink their health so that they're being taken care of and that they're looked after properly in the way that they need to be. Okay, Gemini, let's go and have a look at the cards. Finally. Come. So, I'm not surprised. All the wonderful activity here with the High Priestess is about having an insight. We've 2 full moons at the start of the month in your 4th house of family and at the very end of the month in your 5th house of pleasure, play, joy, communicating your heart's desires and speaking from the heart. And you'll be doing that with a great sense of wisdom. You'll be approaching your family life almost like a mediator, somebody who sits and, like the sage one, the wise one, who knows how to fix all problems in the family life at the start of the month. And emotions at the start of the month, you'll be the one offering good, clear guidance from a very wonderfully deep and spiritual place so that people can appreciate what you're offering, and what you're offering is a sense of healing. And again, at the last day of this month, the full moon in the 5th house, you will be able to tap in through some deep inner wisdom on what it is that ultimately makes you happy. And this will be important, you know, with the Mercury retrograde in your 11th house. Venus will be in there too. With your lover, somebody that you love, you could be going back and finding out, come on, look, how do we make each other happy again? How can we play? How can we have fun? How can we just be a little bit creative with each other and just act a bit silly and just throw all the heavy shit off and just enjoy ourselves, you know? So that's what she represents, deep wisdom. And it's this deep wisdom that ultimately brings you little victories. Now, I think last month, Gemini, didn't we talk about you going back and rediscovering where you see the higher picture, where you get your view from, your spirituality, etc. Seeing the big picture rather than the small details. And I think as March continues, you will have done that. You'll have realized you have to go deep, deep, deep into yourself and ask yourself the questions of who I am, who am I, what am I doing, what exactly am I trying to share with the world. And when you do make that little transition, you'll get a sense of victory. People will be celebrating you. Now, you see, the 10th house is all to do with reputation, and you've got so much energy in the 10th house at the moment that here's you enjoying little victories, feeling that you're being celebrated. You've won something. Now, it's only a little victory, but nonetheless, you're feeling good and you're looking good. People are paying attention to you, and you're up there, and they have a little parade going, and they're saying, yay, well done, Gemini. Well done, Gemini. You've succeeded. You've come through something, and you've won a little victory. And well done to you. Now, we can't ignore this shit. I mean, what's going on? This happens when everything comes crashing down. It's a sudden and unexpected turn, a change that makes you rethink absolutely everything you're doing. Now, I understand how the Mercury retrograde might do that, because that's happening in your 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarius, and right beside it is the card of Aquarius. So, like I said to you in the introduction there of the energies, something has to give. You can't hold on to something that needs to be let go anymore. Friends, groups of people, maybe a plan that you had for the future needs to radically change now. And I don't think you mind that, really, to be honest with you, Gemini, because with your success, your little successes, and with you being in the spotlight for the last little while, that you're okay with this. You know that your vision of the future may have to radically change in order for you to continue feeling this little moment of success. And you know that a great many things in your life need to change. Your desires, your hopes for the future, as we said. But also the 11th house also represents doing things with a sense of authenticity. And with her, I think she has gone deep. She's gone in, she's rolled up her sleeves, and she's digged deep. And she now understands an awful lot more about herself. So because she understands more about herself, she realizes that some things in her life must collapse in order to achieve this sense of authenticity. But it's a win, because this card, once you step into that authentic self, it offers you the hope, it offers you the wish and the desire to proceed in a more authentic way. Look at her, she's naked. I mean, you can go naked if you want to do that, Gemini, but this more symbolizes her going into the world as nature intended, without any baggage, without any stuff that she's trying to carry on her shoulders, because ultimately, once it collapses, you're free. You're free again. So, like I said, your hopes, desires, dreams must all take a big turn in order for you to see a brighter, happier future. And it could get painful. We can't ignore that, Gemini. In terms of friends, we spoke about this a little bit last month. Friends, groups of people, social networks, any group that you're associated with may need to be reviewed or let go of in order for you to step into this beautiful, free, shiny future. And, you know, this could be an actual Aquarius. Somebody, it could be an Aquarius who is destroying something for you. Now, they're not doing it out of a sense of badness. It's like they've triggered something in you. And once they arrive in your life or explain something to you or show you a way, you can no longer continue with the old way because you've been enlightened. It's also the card to do with astrology. It's the card to do with seeing into the future. Everything that we're doing here, all types of divination, seeing into the future suddenly makes you realize that the things you're doing now might need to just fall away and drop away. And like I said, it could be heralded or brought in by an actual Aquarius person, an Aquarius person. Now here we have the Hermit. This is the card of secluding yourself, like her a bit, taking a few steps back and looking at where all the things we spoke about last month, Gem. Going back and finding your inner truth. Where do you get your strength? Because here he is, he's standing and he's supported. He's supporting himself. This could also be literally. Some of you Geminis in the month of March might find that in everything you're doing, you must depend on yourself and yourself only because you're supporting yourself in everything that you're doing. But you can do it because you're smart enough. Well, my God, Gems, definitely, you guys are smart. There's no question about that. But you're smart enough to see through all things in your life and support yourself comfortably and confidently as you proceed with everything. So you've brought yourself back to basics, to your real truth. And that's a beautiful thing for you to do, Gemini. And the Hermit also represents Virgo, and Virgo is the 6th house. We have Jupiter going retrograde in your 6th house, again eliminating anything in your work life that is holding you back or causing you some sort of psychological drama. The same with your health, cleaning it up, organizing your health and your mind so that you don't feel so burdened by any psychological dramas. And your day-to-day routines are definitely, they fall under this, where you can improve them so they're not so chaotic, they're not so scattered, and that you put a good, honest routine on everything that you're doing so you'll be freer. You'll be free, baby. Gemini, you want this. You want to be a free bird. And so you should be. And this card also represents Virgo. For some of you Geminis, a Virgo could be, now, they could be the one that are encouraging you. Come on, tidy up what you're doing, tidy up your health, tidy up your work, get a better structure on your life, get a routine, and Gems, as wonderful as we love you, but routine is not your thing. Routine bores the living hell out of you because there's so much to see, so many possibilities. If somebody presents something to you, you're able to see all angles of it and all potential beginnings and endings to it. So when somebody says, yeah, but let's put a routine on this, suddenly you're like, oh, yawn. I'm going to yawn so much that I'm going to crack a muscle in my jaw here listening to that, you know. So that's what Virgo might be doing. They might be pushing you to put structure on your life. And you're just saying, oh, for the love of God, this is too much pressure. Look at him. He's sitting bolt up at night saying, I don't want to be putting routines on my life. I'm kind of happy the way I am. I'm a free bird. It makes me much happier when I'm free. But yet demand, put structure, fix your health, fix your life. Don't be so emotional. Don't be so over dramatic. Don't be so this. And you're going, why doesn't everybody just leave me alone? Why can't I just be myself? and it's causing you a bit of worry. Now, there is a lot of mental activity in March that might put you in overdrive with the Mercury retrograde in the 11th house. It might be a period where your mind is too overactive, too much going on. And I mean, is this guy sitting bolt upright saying, why the hell did I buy this duvet cover? It doesn't match my black decor. I mean, because he's quite comfortable. And this is also true. I mean, I've said this to somebody recently before. This guy isn't sitting, I think it was Sagittarius, I said that. Oh, again, two similar cards, you and Sagittarius. This guy isn't sitting in a corner of a dirty street or of a dirty place. He's comfortable. So you're saying to yourself, I'm very, very comfortable in the things that I have and the things that I do, but yet it's not quite enough. I've got this mind activity going, knives, knives, pain, pain. I want to be comfortable, and there are too many things demanding to fix, demanding that I put structure and routine in my life. And you're like, don't let them put you under pressure, Gemini. Don't let them do it. You want freedom. If people are putting you under pressure and you're feeling like this is not this energy. This is energy you want to move away from, baby. Don't let them bring you down, babes. The Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is somebody quite like the Virgo energy who is fairly slow moving, but not because they're dull or boring. It's because they are methodical. Same energy again with the Jupiter retrograde. Going back and being more methodical in your work, more methodical in your day-to-day routines, putting a structure on things. And he is inviting you to be like him, to go slow, take your time and build something small and build something precious, but over a long period of time. It's actually a good bit of advice for you, Gemini, because it's a great opportunity now that the spotlight has been on you as we enter March. You've shown people what you can do. Now it's a good opportunity for you to show people once and for all that you can do this with a sense of consistency, with a purpose for some long-term vision of the future. So yeah, I get why this energy might come up. That, yeah, we've seen the trick. We've seen what you can do just by going, ta-da! Now let's see you do it over a long period of time. So it's good advice. And it's probably something that you'll really be considering, Gemini, as it goes on. But this guy wants to make an investment for his future. It's money. It's investing in himself. So ultimately, it's good advice for you, Gemini. Invest slowly and carefully in your vision of the future. Now, this card is also quite an earthy card, so you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. And what they're trying to bring to you is earth, embodied in a sense of fire, which is smoldering, slow, smoldering, sensual love. For some of you, gems, that's what you could be experiencing. A little bit of lava love. It goes slowly, but it's persistent, it's long, and it's enduring, and it's hot. You lucky, lucky thing, Gemini, you lucky thing. But beside this wonderful, fiery earth, slow-moving, sensual energy, you've got an air sign. You've got the King of Swords, and he doesn't have this quality. He is quite intellectual. You'd really appreciate him because he's able to talk quickly, smartly about any given subject. He has a sense of humour. He can cut through any lies and bullshit at any given time. And he would share a similar sense of humour to you, Gemini, in that he doesn't take things too seriously. Ideas come, ideas go. You can laugh at them, you can joke with them. Ultimately, don't take things too seriously when you've got this King of Swords energy. So what it's saying is, yes, everything we've spoken about is true. Little victories by going deep into your intuitive side, going deep into yourself, trusting your vision of the future. But this card also says, yeah, but you still gotta laugh. you still got to realize that none of this shit really should be taken too seriously. Yeah, it's true. Now, you could be saying that to this slow-loving, slow-moving earth sign. Come on, would you just inspire me intellectually? I'm loving the love. I'm loving all that sensuality, but come on, tell me a joke. Give me something to stimulate my mind. Let me feel like that you're with me. You're on the same page as me, you know? Which is good because you want to essentially teach them how you operate. You want to show them how smart you are. And in some cases too, in your career and in your sense of reputation, you do want to show people that you have a cutting edge. And that's a wonderful, wonderful energy for you to be improving upon in March. So 2 nice energies. Also in terms of love, like I said, an earth sign, but it could be you being inspired and stimulated by another earth sign, another Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, because we do have Aquarius here. I think Aquarius, I'm just getting the feeling here that Aquarius, or somebody with very strong Aquarian energy, is kickstarting you. They're really inspiring you. They're pushing you along. They're challenging you as like a catalyst, be it for good or bad, to make you focus more, to reveal how sharp-minded you can be, and how you can produce things of high quality, great quality, with real sharpness. And really, that's quite a push. It's something that spurs you on. But look here, Gemini, what the hell is this all about as we come to the end of the month? Okay, so we spoke about sometimes there can be miscommunications, sometimes there can be a little bit of falling out with the Mercury retrograde energy, but hopefully by now you'll have buckled up and watched out for this and prepared yourself for this. But by the end of the month, I would ask you to watch for this energy, okay? Because some of you towards the end of the month might be feeling a little bit heartbroken or heart weary. So it's not always to do with love, you know. This card can just mean that in terms of your dreams, your heart's desires, and between you and people you love, something of a wedge could be coming between you. That every time you try to move forward in love or in revealing your heart and your ideas, something roadblocks it, something comes in the middle. I think Aries got this card too. You might be experiencing something similar to Aries, that there is something standing in your way of feeling good about your wishes and desires. Some of you, let's take this literally. Some of you could be feeling a little bit heartbroken. Maybe there was a bit of a falling out by the end of March, but you do have the strength to get over this. And strength is something you will need. This is a Leo card, so maybe you'll be getting strength from a Leo, or everything that Leo embodies, which is your dignity, your pride, your self-esteem. You might not allow yourself be reduced to somebody who has low self-esteem. You might not let yourself be disrespected by this heartbreak. You will say, I will not suffer a dent in my pride and in my dignity and my image by this bullshit that somebody keeps trying to hurt me with. I'm going to have the strength to move on. And you will get strength. You will be able to move on and slay the demons. Let's not forget, you are also in the process of slaying demons. You've got 2 cards here of deep introspection and trusting something on a very, very, very deep level, because as we spoke about before, you've got Pluto and Saturn, and then Mars, of course, mid-month, joining them in your 8th house of deep transformation, of sex, birth, death, taxes. Deaths and taxes always seem to go together. And you're traveling on the deep psychological journey into the real depths of yourself. And it can get scary, and it can bring up a lot of beasts, and they could be painful, because what we often do is when we go into the 8th house, when these demons rise up that are our own psychological darknesses, we test them with other people. We play them out in situations with lovers and friends. And it could be those very things that are coming up from this shadow place that you have been asked to go to by the power of Saturn and Pluto and now Mars, that it might be those shadows which cause a little bit of communication, 3, communication heartache. See, it's 8 here. And 8th is the house of transformation. So all these transformations, as I said, could be upsetting the apple cart a little bit. I'm going to move things up a little bit, Gemini, because I want to see you. Because, I mean, everybody's looking at you now. So I don't want to be the exception. I want to have a good look at you. And I like the look of you. So then what do we have? We have the King of Cups towards the end of the month to do with love. Looking down here now in my chart again, where's Venus again? Venus with Mercury retrograde in the 11th house. But the love here is a very deep and emotional love. It's with passion, raw feeling, and just a total outpouring of the heart. And towards the end of the month, after this shit, I imagine, and after this shit, I imagine that you'll just at the end of the month want to have a real moment with somebody that you love where you're able to just open up and say, man, this shit is weighing heavy on my heart. And I'm a little bit troubled by some of the things that I've seen. I'm a little bit troubled by some of the communications that have gone to and fro between me and the people I care about. And I just want to make it flow. I want to heal it, the great healer. And I want to open it out and talk about it. And I want to tell people that I love them so that I ultimately feel that there's a sense of forgiveness between us. And that's what this energy embodies. It's you saying, enough with the drama. I really do want to make peace with everybody, and I just want people to see that I don't want trouble in my life. I just want to be open, happy, and flowing from my heart. And it could be a love, it could be again a water sign, somebody showing you a great amount of care, love and attention, which is Cancerians, Scorpios and Pisceans. They'll be able to help you with this, possibly with a little loving, maybe not. I don't get that sense though. I get the sense it's more of a caring, somebody who has those attributes who will help you through this. And at the end we have the 9 of Pentacles. Did you get this last month? You did, Gemini. And this is again broadening your mind, broadening your horizons, broadening. 9s always represent some sort of an expansion or change. And here's you standing on your own, feeling satisfied and content in yourself. You're confident, you're comfortable, and you don't need anybody. I mean, this guy is just saying, I'm happy where I am. If you'll notice something, he's in a beautiful garden, and the garden is often representative of the things that we surround ourselves, particularly how we perceive our world. So towards the end of March, you'll be seeing that there's more beauty in your environment, in the people around you, in everything, in all things very Aquarian, which is friends and your environment. You'll be feeling on top of it, successful within that and feeling satisfied. And you remember we said last month, a little birdie has told you new truths. I think that's also true also at the end of the month of March. Little birdies will be telling you something new that will expand your sense of standing strong on your own and holding your ground. Hold your ground, Gemini. Hold your ground. Stand strong. Stand confident. And enjoy the energy. I always say to people, remember when it's Pentacles energy, sure, it means your money and your finances. You can be enjoying a great sense of relief at some point in that stage, that you're more comfortable and confident in your financial world. It's a sense of self-esteem too, realizing that when you're on your own, doing your own thing without anybody else interfering, you're actually doing a hell of a lot better when you listen to yourself. And it also represents sensuality. Remember, somebody offering you that lovely, slow burning love. And it could be that energy which ultimately inspires you to move ahead in your world. Wherever there's a roadblock with money or with your self-esteem, it's usually something very earthy that will get you out of that problem. So tap in again to your sensuality so that you can move forward, and release some of the dross that so much heavy Scorpio energy and 8th house energy is playing out for you at the moment. Release it through sensual love. And enjoy it, Gemini. Enjoy it. Well, why wouldn't you enjoy it? I mean, you should enjoy it. Gemini, I hope you enjoyed that reading. And I wish you all the very, very best with your new vision of the future. With you going as nature intended you to be in the future. And if this is the first time watching my videos, I hope you subscribe, you can like, share, and you can join me on Facebook, by the way, too. I have a Facebook page there. Come and join the little community. Sometimes I add little extra bits there, not very often, because I don't like doing that, because I hate subscribing to a page and suddenly you just get everyday new stuff. It's like, oh man, you've just hijacked my page. So just a few things every now and then. And so come there. And Gemini, I'm interested to see how this goes. So come back next month and we'll see how all of this gorgeous energy pans out for my beautiful, beautiful gems. I love you so much, Gemini, and I'm giving you a big kiss. See you next time.